Green light, let's get going. I'm running a little tiny bit behind. Had to do a bunch of stuff with downloads and uploads. Why Microsoft wants to download anything as a WEBP account, I have never figured that out. That is ridiculous. Who uses that? It's JPEG. Use a JPEG. Don't make this complicated. I'm posted on the website, jollyrogerukulele.com. You probably already know that because you've already been there, but if you haven't been there, go there, pick up the sheet music and our daily schedule on the front page. If you're still getting where you're learning how to play ukulele and you want to play it the right way, you're going to go to our baritone and ukulele tab on that menu of the website that will walk you through step by step how to play ukulele at in a way that will make you proud of yourself and give you something to do for the rest of your life. And other things on there, we have an orchestra, video archive of all the last 300 or I don't know, a lot of shows we've done, some resources for teachers, membership area where you can pick up the sheet music, hundreds of pieces of sheet music, and so on. So go check out the website if you will. And in the meantime, while people are getting settled in and logging in and getting tuned in, I'm going to go post our activity on the web, or on Twitter, jollyrogerukulele.com, and then post. And then I'm going to grab this. I'm going to go here. Mondays, there's all these downloads to do from stuff I did over the weekend. So, hola. All right, ukulele in Espanol. And that's posted, looking good. So I'm get rid of Twitter now, and I can get rid of that page, and I can go here. Today we are playing Estudio by Tárrega, one of the great pieces of music ever written, and then La Cucaracha, which is great in its own way. Maybe not the same way, but definitely a beautiful piece of music. We've worked on, let's see, I gotta go this way to get more centered in the screen. We've worked on both of these pieces in the past, and just as wanted to kind of combine all of our Spanish-inspired pieces in one place. So for the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing all sorts of stuff in regard to that. I feel really I feel very off center here. What if I do this? Why is that so crooked? Yeah, that's just okay. That'll be fine. All right, so I'm centered. Look at everybody loading in here. Oh my gosh! We better get focused here. Bruce in from Virginia, 74 and sunny. I got 40 degrees and cloudy. You win, Bruce. Chris is in from Denver. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Linda, second 2 hours in a row of ukulele. She's getting addicted, people. We're going to have to go down and do an intervention with Linda. Kari, good to see you. Welcome in. Terry is in. Buena dia, mi amigo. Some of you guys know how to speak Spanish, and I grew up in Colorado. I have been surrounded by Spanish speakers my whole life. I know cerveza. That's the list, so that's ridiculous. Expecting sunshine to remain all week. 59 degrees up in... I know, they've got way better weather up in Oregon and Washington and southern Canada than we have in Denver this week. What the heck is going on, people? Buena vista tardes. Yeah, right? I don't know any of that stuff. Tardes, afternoon. Vic says the sound is good. Jacqueline's in from local. Hola to you. Lynn, good afternoon. Lynn's last name is Fernandez, so we're counting on her to be our expert. Laurel, hey Laurel, good to see ya. Jerry, happy Monday. Sent you a jolly. Oh, you did? Nice. Okay, I'm putting it up, Jerry. The wall of shame. Elizabeth, cloudy and cold up there in northern Colorado. Jack is in from Illinois. Jack and Barbara, sounds good. Sunny in Glenview. Oh, sunny today. Yeah, Jack, that's a welcome change. Renee down in New Mexico, still haven't cracked 70 degrees yet. FYI, played just not just practice with the worship team yet. Yay! Ronnie is going in down and taking up. She says, "Hey, worship team, I got a ukulele. Let me show you how we do this." That's exciting, Ronnie. Isn't that exciting? You guys that are getting out and a lot of you guys bought a ukulele off of Amazon because you thought it was fun, and then all of a sudden now you're becoming musicians in the community. That's very exciting. Red is in. Vamos a something. Let's have some fun. Let's see. Red. I think we did music last. Here's a spring. That's for Red. Janice is in. Sun is shining up in Scotland. Good to have you, Janice. Let's see. Dennis in from Toronto. Hello. Donna's local. Pauline in from Northern California. Divertinos. Okay, let's have some fun. Diversions, right? Arlo's in. Hey, Arlo. Patricia's in. Fran from SoCal. Linda from Hawaii. Diane, local here. Got time to join in. Okay. No hablo. I know. Can you believe that? I grew up in Colorado, and we've had Spanish speakers around me my whole life, and I just never managed to get much of it into me. Stupid is the answer there. So, guys, we've got the two pieces we have today are both great in their own way, very different ways. And so I want to go over them. We've done them in the past. I want to get you focused in again on them because, one, Tárrega, I would love for you just to memorize this thing. This is ridiculous how beautiful this is. It's a great, Tárrega is a guitar composer and late 19th century. And just of all of the guitar composers, he's my guy, right? I just absolutely adore everything he writes, and so we'll probably be doing 2 or 3 others things of his. This piece here is top notch. It's absolutely not. It's not brutal to play, and it's really lovely. And so let's put our thinking power into this one. And then La Cucaracha is completely awesome in a totally different way. It's very easy. Nothing's easy to play, but of things that we're going to play, this is definitely easier. I teach you guys this La Cucaracha in foundations class, and I teach you a thing called staccato playing. And when you're in foundations class, you're like, that sounds terrible. I'm never going to do that. That's why I like to revisit it here in upper class because that staccato playing technique, it can be super effective. Not maybe the entire song for some places, but when you get a certain song that's got something a little bit cartoonish about it, being able to play with some staccato really can bring your playing alive and give you another tool that isn't used a lot. You don't want to use it a lot, but used sparingly can be extremely effective. So that's our plan for today. Tomorrow I got the revised arpeggiators coming at you in Ain't She Sweet for our Tin Pan Alley feature. I've been playing Ain't She Sweet since I've only taken one ukulele lesson in my life, and I learned how to play Ain't She Sweet in that. So I've been playing that song now for 18 years, and I never wrote it out, and so I'm writing it out for you guys so that we can have that. And then the rest of the week, Las Chipicanenas, Las Mañanitas, La Llorona, Cielito Lindo, Jarabe Tapatío, all beautiful, beautiful songs. We've done them before on ukulele. We've never set them up for baritone, so it'll give you a chance to do some duets with those. And then I have a ton of other things that I want to get to. We'll see what we can get to, and we'll spend a couple weeks on it, and then what we get to, right? Let's see. So pull up your Tárrega. Let's start with the Estudio because I think it's of the ones that you're going to fall in love with. I think this is the one, and so let's grab Estudio on ukulele by Tárrega. Let's see. Fran says, I received new Savara strings today and plan to try my hand at changing my old ones. Wish you luck. You don't need luck, Fran. Just take a look at how the ones are on there now, and take a few photographs of what's on there now, and then just put the next ones on just like it. Yeah. He says, mocking. It should take you about 3 hours. Your first string change is about a 3-hour job. In reality, it takes 15 minutes to change your strings, but the first time you do it, you're in a panic the whole time. So cut yourself plenty of time, and it's fun. I do think everybody ought to change their own strings at least once. After that, let the pros do it, but once is a good idea. Evelyn said you had trouble logging in. 69 and sunny. Beautiful day in Ecuador. Sorry you had trouble. Evelyn's helping me with a few Ecuadorian ideas. We may end up doing 1 or 2 of those. Michelle, Michelle is in from Rockaway. Chilly up in Connecticut. Where is the sun? I know, right? The sun's in Canada, apparently. All right, yeah, I know we more trigger. Now, on your piece of music here, your Tuff Uke, you know how we always play Tuff Uke. Don't play the Tuff Uke on this one. I put that on there for people who just have to make life difficult. It's not necessary on this piece. What this piece, what the difference between when you take a guitar piece and you take and you put it on ukulele, a couple of things happen. One, they have these two other strings here which are super annoying. We'd lose that. Okay, so you lose the bass. Get rid of it. And you lose some sustain. Okay, on a guitar you hit bong and it go, bong, and it'll be ringing for a while over there, and so that goes away, right? Even if you have a baritone, you have a little bit more sustain. That's not a problem, though. One of the things that I think, ukulele gets a bad rap because it doesn't have any sustain, but that in and of itself isn't necessarily a problem. It's a different type of approach you take to an instrument like this. And when you see all these triplets on here, you think this is going to sound good on ukulele, because it is, okay? You don't need sustain to make this thing work. Now, let's talk about the chords here are standard issue right out of the box. A minor, D minor, E7, A minor, D minor, E7, A minor. Okay? So your first section is a 2-chord song. Or 3-chord song. 9 through 12 is a 4-chord song. A minor, D minor, sneak a G7 in there, toss a C in there, and then come back. Measures 13 to the end are the same as measures 5 to 8. Okay, so we really, it looks like a lot of chords, there's not a ton of chords here, and they're all really easy to get along with chords. Now, the next thing is in classical music, especially classical guitar, generally speaking, don't care about chords. Whatever the notes are, the notes are. Now, underneath all music, all Western music up until about 1950, there are chords in there. They just didn't write them down, right? And so what I do, the thing that I have figured out from writing a ton of fingerstyle stuff, everything has chords, everything. And you get to sometimes adjust those chords and change those and make them different if you want to create a new sound in your piece. But at the end of the day, the biggest difference between classical guitar and regular guitar is classical guitar does not spend any time worrying about what the chords are. They'll have all these weird fingerings and stuff, but if you take a look and you really study it, there are just plain old regular chords underneath all of that. And that's true in all music in Western, certainly in the common era of music where the theory doesn't get super whacked out. Once jazz shows up, theory starts to get a little iffy and a little bit harder to figure out. But in all of this classical music that we do, it all makes sense, and it's all going to have these beautiful, simple, basic chords underneath it. Usually, not always, but almost always. And so this piece has these chords here, but again, you're probably not going to need to worry about them because the piece is written to work on your instrument. Tárrega really understood that some things work on guitar, and that he wrote for guitar. It's not like you'd write when you play Bach. Bach wrote a little bit for lute, which is tuned differently, and the rest he wrote for organ and piano and all these others. When you take those pieces and you force them onto a guitar or a ukulele, sometimes they fit and sometimes they don't. But when you have a guitar writer, it's going to work on guitar, and that means it's going to work on ukulele as well. Okay, so let's then talk about, and you guys are already busy playing tabs, I know what you're up to, but I feel like I need to talk about this stuff. The next thing to pay attention to is triplets, okay? And you have you're in 3/4 time. That means there's 3 beats in every measure, and in every beat you have 3 notes, okay? And that's those little triplets. Bum, 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 bum. So you're playing 9 notes in the space of 3 beats. So when you see something like that, you're probably not going to want to rush the tempo. I set it at 80. It sounds great at 80. But when you're practicing this, you're probably going to go down to 60 or 50, even 40, because you got a whole lot of notes in a very short amount of space. You just looking at the sheet music, you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of stuff on here. So just be aware, triplets are 1, 2, 3. how we like to count them is 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 3 monkey, 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 3 monkey, 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 3 monkey in every measure. And that way it's easy. That way you get a pretty good sense of what the timing is going to feel like in this. The only place it's different, measure 8, you have a quarter note followed by a half note. So don't rush that quarter note, and definitely don't rush that half note. They're going to feel real long before you go back. You're going to play down through measure 8, come back and play 1 through 8 again. Same thing on the second half. You're going to have all these triplets. When you get down to measure 16, same thing. Quarter note followed by half note. That repeat takes you back to measure 9. You might want to make note of that. And then the second time you come around, instead of playing the chord, you're going to play some harmonics, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a sec. Now, that's it. That's really the big things we're going to talk about. I do want to warn you, measures 3, measure 7, and measure 15 are all the same, and they're all pretty challenging. You're going to have to memorize your key finger shapes there. So let's start with the top. We'll go through the first. And by the way, baritone, you're exactly the same. So if you're paying attention here, you'll be fine on baritone. Clay, good afternoon. Yeah, and welcome in. Glad you're here. First note, 0, 0, 0. By the way, we talk about this. When you see a pattern, it's an arpeggio. End of discussion. You don't want to play that with your thumb. No. You guys work on arpeggios all the time. Arpeggios, okay? Thumb, index, middle. Here we go. 0, 0, 0. Then grab the C chord. Or the 3, I'm sorry. Now the chord is a D minor, but doesn't that look like a D7? 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. So in this case, while the chord is legitimately a D minor, you're going to play it as if it's a D7. Grab your D7 shape and then just push your ring finger forward and play that. And then bring it back twice. Now here's the part you're going to have to memorize, and it's not terrible to memorize, but it is not necessarily easy. Pinky on 5. That's the first thing, and you want to get that on first because that way you're not going to slow your arpeggio picking down. Hit the 5 as the ring finger's getting the 4, index finger on the 2 of the 3rd string, middle finger's now going to replace your pinky finger at the 3rd fret, and then you slide your middle finger back to the 2. So let's go through that again. Pinky, ring, index, middle, slide back. Okay, you go. I don't see any choice but to memorize that little thing. I've done this on ukulele enough times and on guitar a few times, and I have to take my eye off the paper and pay attention to my fingering, because otherwise I have a disaster on my hands. Okay, there's that. And then measure 4, grab your 7. You got 3 in a row. And then the next three majors are identical, so play those. D7, or I'm sorry, G7 for ukulele players. I think I said D7. In the measure 7, E minor. That 0, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not going to rush it. If I come in late, I'll be fine. But if I come in early, it'll sound terrible. So, and then a nice glissando on that A minor. Okay. If you decide, you know what, I got to make my life hard, I'm going to do the tough uke. You're still going to be plucking, claw plucking. So you would still claw pluck that first thing. I think it might, on a low G ukulele, you might get a little bit more sustain, and you might have a little bit cooler sound on that. But it's really not necessary, guys. It's just extra noise. It doesn't really get you much. So when you get to the bottom of 8, you go back and repeat that section. Then measure 9. We got a little bit of difference in the 9 through 12. So go to 9. And let's play through this just a little bit. Again, thumb, index, and middle are going to be what you want to use. 0, 0, 0. 3. And then what I like to do, take this and slide it up to 7, and you can, because you can sometimes get a little one of those in there. If you use string, my strings are dead on this, so they don't let me do it. But if you have clean, good strings, you might be able to get that sound in there, right? Which is kind of fun. And you might go early. Okay, so you got your 7. When your ring finger's on 7, and you play 7-0-0, measure 10. It's just a bar. Don't overthink it. Just put a bar on 5. Ring finger up, pinky on 8. Now you're going to slide back to that G7 shape, ring finger forward, and then you're going to push everything forward. So your index finger has got to get to the 3, and the other 2 fingers are got to get to the 5. So that's another place where you're going to have to look down and see what you're doing. You're coming out of the low G7, and then 5-3-5. Okay, and I've got all sorts of bad notes on here about how I was doing it last time. No wonder I was fighting it. But you want to end up with ring on 5. Index on 3, and middle finger on that other 5. So you're basically coming right out of your G7, and then you have that shape, which is different than our other G7. We usually do 5-7-5, but 5-3-5 it's a G chord. That's what it is. It's not really. It's not a very good G7. Okay, I think. Am I lying to you? D, E, F? No, it's technically a G7. Okay, and then you can just take these 2 fingers off. Come back to your 3, 7. Measures 13 through 15 are the same as above, so let's play those. Go. G7. Pull it back. 5-4 thing again. Patience, strum. Okay, and then you go back, do 9 through 18 again. The last time you come through is harmonics, and this is something we talk about. If you watch advanced players play, they do a lot of harmonics, probably because they just get bored and there's nothing else to learn. But what you're going to do, you're going to take your index finger, don't press down on the string at all. Don't press down, just lay it over the top. You see here on your 12th fret, the bar in front of your 12th fret, that's the real 12th fret. The 12th fret wire is in toward the hole side of your 12th fret. You're going to put your just barely touch the strings and run your thumb over it, the others. Okay, now the upper one's going to sound, you're going to actually get an A minor 6th out of this, which is fine. Okay, it sounds a little wonky on guitar, but on ukulele it sounds super cool. All right, and that's what we're going to do. That's the last time you come through. The original sheet music, it makes it, it's rather unclear. Most of the time when you see people perform this, they'll put the harmonics in both times. I think it sounds dumb, so I just say just do it at the end. Just put one in at the end. Okay, so that's what we're going to play. We're going to go through it a couple of times here, nice and pleasant pace, and then we'll put it on baritone, and then we have it's the fun song to do. Okay, so from the top, play with me. Let's just play it as written, twice on the top, twice on the bottom, and that'll be plenty. From the top, 1, 2, 3. major 9. Yeah. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I hit a little too hard. Okay. And you'll get the first time you do harmonics, you mess them up. First 400 times you do harmonics, you'll mess them up. But then after a while, okay. So you're trying to get that sound. Isn't that a pretty song? Don't you like that? All right, let's go grab the baritone version of this and make sure it plays fine. Estudio in baritone, and we'll just play it, and then we got to talk about Cucaracha. Okay, so your repeat block needs a little bit of work. There's supposed to be, there's a missing, oh no, it's there, 9 through 16. All right, I forgot a 9 to 16 on that repeat block. I don't need to delete that. That's not true. Okay. All right, let's give it a try. It's a beautiful song. Good loving, I gotta change strings. Holy Moses. All right. Same exact thing, different key. Ukulele players, you should probably know your E minors, your A minors, your B7s. B7 is the bar with your A7 in front. And you have the second half, you have G's, yeah, A minor. Yeah, you know those chords. All right, so if you want to play along in a different way, let's see, where did we leave off? What's going on over here? Michelle, so pretty. It is pretty. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Pretty, right? Okay, so let's see. Chris is one of her favorite songs to play, right? That's at the end of the day. This is just totally memory worthy. You play that for somebody and they'll be like, oh, I didn't know you knew so much about music. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Let's see. Oh yeah, good like the Fran changing her strings. Linda says, oh yeah, get this. Yeah, yeah. Don't forget, because I at some point I get a Lamborghini out of this. All right, La Cucaracha. So world class, top level, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now let's go get La Cucaracha, and you're going to learn a whole nother level of world class. Okay, of all of the songs that you kind of want to hate, it's this one. But no, this thing is awesome. And so let's talk about this once more. Quite Lynn's like, yeah, let's not do La Cucaracha. Let's do that one. No, let's finish up with Cucaracha. We're tight on time anyway, Lynn. Thank you. Yeah, that's a nice. As those of you guys with baritones, you're in good shape on that. That's good. By the way, if those of you, you have that guitar that's under your bed, you can pull it out and play that tablature on that guitar, and it's going to be like, oh, well, now I know. Now that's beautiful. Of course, a lot of you are like, I'm never touching that guitar ever again. I found ukulele. La Cucaracha. Here's the thing. In order to appreciate this, you have to appreciate the spirit of the cockroach, and you've got to get this in your head that this little cockroach, she's either born without a leg. Yeah, she was born without a leg. She's missing one of her legs. So when she walks around, it's all a mess, right? Down here in Capitol Hill, we see all kinds. There's dogs everywhere. People are always out walking their dogs. There's a lot of three-legged dogs down here, right? And they get around just fine. It's just, but they got kind of this weird way about it. And so this little cockroach, she's got the same thing going on. And she just adores listening to the music. And when she hears the music, she starts dancing. She looks weird. She doesn't care. She's just doing her thing. So that's the spirit of the cockroach we got to get. This little girl missing a leg dances like nobody's business when she hears the music playing, right? And you're the music, so it's on you. And of course, she's a cockroach, right? So they sweep her out the door, and she's like, doggone it, they sweep me out the house all the time. And then she hears the music play, and she rushes back in, dances again, okay? If you can get the spirit of a cockroach here, you're in good shape. Now, she's missing a leg, so we play this with staccato, and I'm going to give you a couple of additional things to think about when we go. Janice is like, I'm not doing the cockroach song. I'll see ya. Out. got my good stuff. I'm gone. See you, Janice. G chord. Okay, baritones, yours will be in D, but the same idea, right? I did not specifically mark this piece as being played with staccato, but you should write up on the top. You should just write staccato, okay? Because you want to get the sound of the song to be like this. You wanted the song to match the thing, right? Your technique to match the song, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's staccato play. Staccato you do in two things. One, bringing your hand back down to stop the strings from ringing out. So we're even going to take this instrument that doesn't have a ton of sustain in the first place and even cut the sustain down even more. So that's what you're trying to get to. And because you got this bouncy little cockroach, right? Because it would sound, if we do it Hotel California style, like I do everything. You could do that, but that's not getting you the message of the song, right? It's perfectly lovely, but it's not what I want you to do. Okay? Because sometimes in a lot of times, especially when you're doing a gadgety, silly song, having this place in there where you put in some staccato playing will end up being a very effective tool. So we're going to use this song to practice that tool. So play with me just into measure 3. Ready? Play. Okay, so that's what I want you to try to get to. It's bump, 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 bump. That's what I want you to try to get to. Okay, now the next thing with that thought is, so mostly I'm just bringing my hand right back down on the strings and stopping them. Okay, that's what I'm mostly doing. But because on some strings you can't really get them to, once you hit that last two and like the third note in measure one, you're not coming back to that note and you're moving on to the next one, and so it's going to ring. So sometimes just loosening up on your chord a little bit to stop the notes is another way to get them to stop ringing. So that's what you're after. Now, one last thing though I don't teach in foundations. Like what you got in measure 2. Right? You got a chance to whack it out, or to whack on your ukulele. And that's the next thing, is to put some super high energy in. Once there was a little cockroach, bum bum. She was born without a leg. Oh, bum, bum. Right? So you can mix it up and get a whole lot of crazy in this. Okay? So give this a try. Try to get, when you get to the chords, the full chords in measure 2 into measure 3, go down with your index finger. Bump, and then stop it. Either bring this back down on top of your sound. It's perfectly fine to make some clonking noises. Or just lift up on this. Okay? So try that with me. 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, that's it. Okay, if you get that down, now you've got really something going on with your music that's way different than anybody else would be playing. Most people are going to go, once there was a little cockroach, she was born without a leg. Oh, right, which is fine. It's a lovely way to play it. That doesn't match the feeling or the idea of the song. So play it with. Let's walk through the rest of the song and we'll see how it works out. Okay, go from the top. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, strum, strum, 3, strum, 5, 7. Got your D7. Hit it. 2, 2, 3. And then back to the top. Play with me. Ready, go. Second ending. Okay, and then this goes back to 10. Okay, and fast at the end. Right? Or you could make it even sillier. Right? And do your glissando on that one. Again, we're not talking about this being on the same level as Estudio. What we are talking about is a completely different tool set where you get to create something that's kind of fun. This would be like you're making a salad and then you throw in some anchovies, right? Really try, like, what? Try to whack out the song just a little bit, and try to, again, you have a gadget song, it's a silly song, but if you get into the spirit of the cockroach, where you actually care about what it's like to be her, dancing around with this missing leg and then sweeping you out the door and you jumping back in. That's what you're trying to get to with this. I feel very passionate about this song, that we give it, that we approach it in a way that probably the song was meant. Later this week we'll have tons of beautiful melodies that we put together as if it's Hotel California in my ballad way, but this song gives you a chance to use a totally different way of playing, that's kind of fun. All right, both versions say you. The baritone version, mine is in D major. I don't know what you're talking about. La Cucaracha, ukulele, traditional songs of Mexico in G. And did I put in the wrong link? Is that what I did? Baritone ukulele. Probably just need to hit reload on your web browser, Elizabeth. Another song we sang in 5th grade Spanish. Okay? Thanks, Jennifer. La Cucaracha. Like, right? I mean, if you're going to learn Spanish, you need to know what the word for cockroach is. Let's try it on baritone real quick. Ukulele players, grab your D chord. D chord, A chord. That's it. I think it's a 2-chord song, right? Yeah, 2-chord song. D chord and A chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, let me start again. I grabbed the wrong chord. 1, 2, ready, play. To the top. How you gonna do it? There we go. There you go. There's La Cucaracha, and I love that song, and I love playing it in that fashion. Harder on baritone. You got all this sustain going on. These two strings want to keep vibrating, and so it is a tiny bit annoying. All right, so staccato playing. Triplets today, right? Getting that, memorizing that one measure in Estudio, probably the 2 measures actually, and we start off our exploration into Spanish music. Don't be shy about sending me songs that you've done in the past or that you know, that you've heard, that you love. I have 400 songs that I think that I want to do, and I don't know how many I'll get written, but yeah, don't be shy about tossing me an email and saying, hey man, I heard this song, we were in a Mexican food restaurant in Guatemala or whatever, and we heard this song, and I found I found it, and I want you to consider it, right? And so I get to as many of those as I can. I know sometimes I have to disappoint you guys. I can't get to everything you want me to do, but I do know that what we do with this stuff is going to sound super cool on your ukulele, and it's going to just make you. It's going to make you want to go on a vacation. That's what it's going to do. So. That's all I know about ukulele today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'll see lots of you guys for tonight for jazz, and we're just going to continue working through those songs. We got about a third of the way through them last week, and we'll just continue marching up the list. I don't remember where we ended up, but we'll just keep marching up there. And I've been talking to lots of you guys that are just absolutely overjoyed with the jazz stuff, and a few of you that are demoralized by the jazz stuff. It's super hard. You guys know that's the top level of music. It is the hardest stuff to play. It is chords that make no sense. There's shapes that you've never done before. So don't be discouraged by that. What you're being mindful of as a good musician is, hey, I'm going to play what I can play, the best I can play, and some of this stuff I may not be ready for, and so that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah. So think about what you're up to. Jazz in the evenings, Spanish-inspired music during the daytimes. We just finished 2 weeks of Celtic and 2 weeks of Cowboys. This is just lovely, right? So hopefully you guys are having a great day. I will see all y'all either tonight or tomorrow. And if you haven't been joined Jolly Roger Ukulele as a member, you should, because that gets you all the jazz. That gets you 350 some songs in there or something. So, last chord, perfect time for tremolo. Oh yeah, that's another tremolo possibility. Yeah, case point is it really well thought through. When you get a gadgety play, right? It's the same as I've been working on the railroad, right? It's just got a kind of gadgety, good place for tremolo. That's funny. Okay, good idea. Ellen, really fun. I like silly songs. I like every song to sound like Hotel California, except when they don't, right? So yeah, good to see you, Evelyn. Linda, the song was fun. It is fun, right? Linda, the repeats? Yeah, the baritone repeats are wrong. Yes, I will fix those. Thank you, Linda. I noticed that too. Patricia, both very much fun. Yeah, they're different songs, right? They're different. I mean, you think about, I got two songs that everybody in the world knows. One's shockingly beautiful, one's super fun, and we play them both, right? So there you go. Ronnie, good bar chord practice. Yeah, there you go, right? Awesome. Jacqueline, like playing staccato on that. Yeah, once in a while, right? Just as a little decorative piece or a different technique you get to play. You don't get to do it very often. Kind of fun to do that. Jennifer says fun. Antonio, Antonio, you'll straighten me out on anything that I'm doing wrong. You're our expert. He's got the best Spanish name of anybody here. Antonio Alvarez. Love that. Christine, I'm never disappointed. Well, me either. Thanks, Christine. See you, Red. See you at 3. 7. 3 your time. Absolutely. Take care, Linda. I love Estudio. I'm working on now. Lagrima. That's one of those I'm thinking about doing for us as well, Fran. It's a beautiful piece. You bet, Ronnie. Good to see you. Glad you're working with the youth worship group. That's like super exciting, Ronnie. I love that. Jerry, hasta luego. Terry. Senor. Senor Gary. Yeah, Gary is a very Spanish name, but I don't know if you know that. Lynn, good to see you, bud. Jennifer, the Mexican. Yeah, that's what... I think one of them we do is Mexican hand dance. It's got a different name though. Is that Jarabe Tapatio? I think that's Jarabe Tapatio. I think we're doing that already. Chris, good to see you. Clay, thanks for being in here, bud. Good to see you. Very lovely, nice. Kari, you bet. Elizabeth, thanks, Harry. Roaches by day, jazz by night. And the question is, which one's a bigger pest? All right, Diane, see you tonight. Linda, are we doing Hotel California? We did There will come a day. Yes, we did Hotel California on guitar, and it broke my spirit. It broke me. And so it will be a little while before we do it. But yes, there will come a day when I cave in and we do 4 more modern songs. Hotel California is definitely on the list, though, Linda. Yeah, it was so hard on guitar. So I have a couple students studying it right now, and it makes me a little bit angry because I have to care. But yeah, it was a super hard song on guitar. Well, you got to think about it. Hotel California. There's 4 guitarists in that group, and all of them are really good. So yeah, if you're going to play it by yourself, you got your work cut out for you. Canción del Mariachi Los Lobos. I will go check it out with Jennifer. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to pull the plug. Have a wonderful day. I'll see all y'all tonight or tomorrow.